2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Black 80! 21. Here we go.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
11. Hey, echo.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And his throw is going to be incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
11. Hey, orbit.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 16-yard line.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's Ryan to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. And it's second down.
Hey, Tuesday.
Throwing again. Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 11 yards there. First down.
First down, Atlanta.
59, ready. 25.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Check 37. Check 37.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
First down.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Green. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
21.
Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
Ready, blue 80. Blue 80. Mike is 59. Mike is 39. 11. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
On first down, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Switch, switch, switch. Hey, box truck, box truck. All right, 25 tonight.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Hey, South. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So call off the pick 6.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
Hey, Mike 25. Check Mike 27. I'm trying to collect. Kill, kill, kill. Check, check. Check, check. 47. 47.
Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40. Past the 20. 10. 5. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. Now Ryan. And down he goes the 49ers get there. Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. To throw is Ryan. Oh, and he'll just get into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo rolling to his right. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play.
Here we go. 180. Right there in the middle. 55. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. 6. You got to be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go. 180. Got to do better. Come on,
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35.
That's it, baby. We go.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the 22, Ryan. Jones has it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
And a Falcon 1st down.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Ryan, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43.
1st down, Atlanta.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
22. 56. 5, 25.
Now it's Ryan. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. D. Ford, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
3rd and long.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now it's Ryan. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
12, fellas, here we go. 45.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. As you remember that game, December against Denver, he had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL.
21. 45.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
13.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Garoppolo, 7 of 10 here in this first half. And he's got a 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Amendola's got it, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey, watch this. 12. Mike, 55.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And Matthews makes the grab. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now whistles and a touch. Timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the air.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Another try after the first down sack. Ryan airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating a certain amount.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Dee Ford make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
54, South. 56, right there, 56. We ain't giving up nothing today.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Garoppolo now. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And this throw will be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number, because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take
Catch
away
the
all
ball.
the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Hey, Tuesday.
after the interception. Here's Ryan. Caught by Jones. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
First down, Falcons.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14.
Slam. Hatch it. Gun. Check. Mike 56.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Ryan. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Hey, team 6.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
21.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's caught by Saleh. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Here we go.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. It's Coleman here. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, they'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards there and a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, 59, ready.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Got it.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. I don't think you got it, son. Showing it. Watch twist.
Freeman again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
51. 22. Hey, 59, ready. Get up.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Check. 21.
56.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Complete to Jones. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Watch the twist.
Check. 20. 6-6. Bullet pop.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
51,
It's to 2nd and goal at the Niners 3.
Hey, South.
Both sevens and Mike. Exit.
Gun. Check.
47's and Mike, boys. 47.
On 2nd and goal, Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
11. Kill. 11. Flag. Kill. Hey, go.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Deebo Samuel, the rookie wideout, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
At their own 47-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and very short, Ryan. And the return will stop right around the 25. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Falcons grab it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
56. I'm on. Shoot.
22. Gun.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2.
No chance. Mike's 56. Hey, watch the slant.
One last shot for Ryan. Under pressure, down he goes. But they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted,